say SGA, PGA, USA. Lakers in 5. 4 seed, mustard seed, poppy seed. Lakers in 5. It could be Shea. It could happen in May or Ryan Day. Lakers still in 5. Right. Guess what, Stephen A? The Thunder, a Boost Mobile bundle, WWE Royal Rumble. Lakers in 5.
I seriously don't think Shannon Sharpe can show his face after this Laker disaster. I mean, we know he's definitely not showing face after being sued for $50 million by that OnlyFans model, but even with those jokes aside and keeping it strictly basketball, he's still taking L's. All season, Shannon was chest out, voice loud, yelling Lakers in 5 on every microphone he could find. LeBron and Luka, they were supposed to be unstoppable. And the craziest part of all is that Shannon kept making his Lakers in 5 statements about the Thunder.
If the Lakers get the OKC Thunder in the Western Conference, we are going to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, Shannon just assumed that his Lakers and the Thunder would automatically meet in the Western Conference Finals. But it's clear now that Shannon completely disrespected Anthony Edwards and those boys up in Minnesota. Shannon and the rest of the NBA media didn't see the Wolves as a threat, but as everyone sat back and watched, they saw Anthony Edwards turn the Lakers into the biggest meme of the playoffs.
Wolves in 5. Wolves in 5, John. The Wolves in 5. They said Lakers in 5. Wolves in 5. Ant-Man, Batman, Superman. Lakers in 5. Burn. Ant-Man, Batman, Superman. Lakers in 5.
But how did it all go down? How was Shannon so wrong? Let's break it down. Let's rewind to Game 1. The stage? Crypto.com Arena. The vibe? Confident. Maybe too confident. The Lakers were hosting Game 1 and you could feel it in the air. Everyone expected this to be a walk in the park. But within minutes, Anthony Edwards let him know this wasn't a walk. It was a war. Minnesota came out swinging, and I mean swinging. First quarter, Wolves up 34-15. And that was it. The game was over before most fans had even found their seats. Ant was electric. He finished with 22 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds. But that stat line doesn't even begin to capture his impact. He was driving the lane, dishing dimes, hounding defenders. He played like a superstar who knew the lights were bright and didn't flinch. And then there was Jaden McDaniels. You remember when KD used to drop effortless 25-point nights in his sleep? That's exactly what Jaden looked like. 25 points, 9 rebounds, shooting lights out. Oh, and Naz Reid off the bench? Flamethrower. 23 points on 6 made threes, just torching the Lakers' second unit like they were invisible. Luka tried, dropped 37 in his playoff debut with the Lakers, but had only 1 assist. Nobody else was moving, nobody else was helping. LeBron had a quiet 19, and the Lakers' defense might as well have stayed in the locker room. They got waxed, 117-95. A statement win from Minnesota. Shannon Sharpe, silent, but still tweeting, still hanging on to the dream. Lakers in 5. Game 2 was still in LA, and to their credit, the Lakers came out with some actual fire this time. This one wasn't pretty, it was a grind, it was slow, it was physical. Luka bounced back in full form, 31 points, 12 boards, 9 assists. The kind of all-around game that makes you remember, oh yeah, this dude is a problem. LeBron, classic LeBron night. 21 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. Controlled the tempo, kept the younger Wolves in check. And Austin Reeves finally showed up. 16 points, few big shots that kept the Lakers ahead late. But the real story? Defense. The Lakers locked in. Held Minnesota to just 85 points, only 6 threes all game. They swarmed the perimeter, dared guys like Randall and Reed to beat them, And it worked. Ant still did his thing, 25 points on 10 for 22 shooting, but it wasn't enough. Julius Randle scored 27 and nobody else hit double digits. Wolves just couldn't find their rhythm. The Lakers won the game 94-85, tying the series at 1-1. And just like that, the Shannon Sharpes of the world back on his podcast, chest out, louder than ever. They figured him out. Experience matters. Luka and LeBron won't lose 2 more. Yeah, about that. Now it was Minnesota's turn to host. Target Center was rockin'. Crowd on their feet, series tied 1-1. And Ant, he was done playing around. From the jump, Anthony Edwards was on a mission. Every possession felt personal. Mid-range pull-ups, step-back threes, finishes through contact. He scored 29, but it was how he scored that mattered. Every time the Lakers made a run, Ant shut it down. Every time Luka found momentum, Ant snatched it back. But he didn't do it alone. Jaden McDaniels, yes, him again, turned into prime Kawhi Leonard. 30 points on 13 of 22 shooting. He was hitting jumpers, bullying defenders, and making plays. LeBron came out strong. 38 points, 10 rebounds. Austin Reeves chipped in with 20, but Luka wasn't himself. Word came out after the game, stomach bug, and you could tell. 17 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, but the body language was off. He looked drained. The Lakers turned it over 19 times, and Minnesota made him pay. Ran him off the court, 116-104. Shannon Sharpe off the grid. Off TV, off Twitter, probably texting Luka, "Hey man, you good?" Game 4 was the game Anthony Edwards officially arrived. Timberwolves up 2-1 and looking to go up 3-1, and the Lakers desperate to even the series. The game was tight all the way through. LeBron was doing everything. 27 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. Luka shook off the illness, 38 points. And Rui Hachimura stepped up big, 23 points, knocking down clutch shots. It looked like the Lakers were finally ready to steal one on the road. But then, Ant happened. 43 points, 9 rebounds. 16 of those points came in the fourth quarter alone. It wasn't just scoring, it was the killer instinct. Big shot after big shot. The Lakers had no response. JJ Redick left his starters in the entire second half. Didn't sub once. They looked gassed. Outscored 32-19 in the fourth. Wolves win 116-113. Series 3-1. And suddenly, that Lakers in 5 prediction looked like a tombstone. Game 5. Back in LA. Season on the line. Crypto.com arena buzzing. In Minnesota, they smelled blood. But here's the twist. It wasn't Ant who set the tone. It was Rudy Gobert. Yeah, you heard that right. Rudy freaking Gobert. The guy everyone clowns on Twitter, he turned into Wilt Chamberlain with a French accent. Playoff career high 27 points. Playoff career high 24 rebounds. Completely destroyed the Lakers' small ball lineup. He grabbed everything, blocked everything, finished everything. And when the Wolves couldn't hit a 3 to save their lives, they shot 7 for 47, Rudy made sure they dominated the paint. Minnesota outscored the Lakers 56-40 inside, out-rebounded them 54-37. It was a straight-up clinic in physicality. And while Gobert was feasting, Anthony Edwards was grinding. It wasn't his best scoring night, just 15 points on 5 of 21 shooting, 0 for 11 from 3, but he made winning plays all night long. 11 rebounds, 8 assists, contested shots, kept the ball moving, did the dirty work. He didn't need to drop 40. This time, he just needed to lead. Julius Randle gave him 23. Naz Reid chipped in hustle minutes. Jaden McDaniels was flying around like a man possessed. It was gritty. It was ugly. It was Timberwolves basketball. But don't get it twisted, the Lakers fought. Luka tried to go superhero mode. 28 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. And that's after tweaking his back in the first half. He literally came out the tunnel like Willis Reed in the third quarter, sparked a rally, and gave the Lakers a lead. But it didn't last. LeBron had 22, 7, and 6. Rui Hachimura had 23 off the bench. They gave everything they had. But here's the problem. They had nothing left in the tank. 15 turnovers, weak rebounding, and 0 answers for Gobert inside. JJ Redick went all in on small ball, and Gobert cashed out. Instead of Shannon's Lakers in 5, the script completely flipped. Wolves in 5, and just like that, the series was over. This was supposed to be the Lakers' moment. Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Hollywood, bright lights. The script was set. They were supposed to bulldoze the Wolves with star power. They were supposed to remind the world that experience wins in April, that legends rise when it matters most. Instead, they got out-hustled, out-rebounded, out-coached, outclassed. Let's break it down. Luka was gassed. He carried this team for 5 straight games, dropped 37 in Game 1, nearly triple-doubled in Game 2, fought through a stomach bug in Game 3, and gutted through a back injury in Game 5. But you could see it in his body language. He was limping between plays. His passes got lazier. His threes got flatter. He ran out of magic because this team forced him to be everything. This wasn't Luka's fault. It was Luka or bust from the moment the series tipped off. And LeBron, let's just be real, he looked 40. And that's not disrespect, that's reality. This man is still elite, still brilliant, still generational, but he's also human. You saw it in Game 4 and 5. He couldn't string together those LeBron flurries that we've seen for 20 years. He'd hit a bucket, then jog back on defense. He'd draw a foul, then take an extra second to get up. 22 points in Game 5. Solid, professional, but not earth-shattering. Not enough. For the first time, LeBron's greatness wasn't enough to save the day. Austin Reeves also didn't show up. We all love Reeves when he's dancing around defenders and yelling, "I'm him." But in this series, he was very much not him. Shot just 40% from the field across 5 games, struggled to defend anyone, fell apart late in games. The Timberwolves threw length at him. Edwards, McDaniels, even Randall in switches. And Reeves had no counter. When the moment got bigger, he shrank. And then there's JJ Redick, the rookie head coach, the podcast philosopher, the basketball mind. But in this series, he looked like a guy you wanted to phone a friend, especially in Game 4, where he famously refused to make a single substitution in the second half. Yes, he ran the same 5 players for 24 straight minutes in a playoff game. And by the fourth quarter, the Lakers looked like they were playing in slow motion. Game 5, same story. Small ball lineups that got torched by Gobert. Minimal adjustments, no answers, and worst of all, no control. Redick looked overwhelmed. Not long term, but for this moment, he got outcoached, flat out. It didn't fall because of one guy. It fell because the whole system collapsed. LeBron couldn't carry anymore. Luka had no help. The role players disappeared, and the coach, he blinked. This wasn't Lakers' dominance. This was Lakers' delusion. They thought star power would save them. Minnesota reminded them that teams win in the playoffs. And while the Lakers packed their bags, the Wolves are dancing into the second round. Now about Shannon Sharpe. This man didn't just bet on the Lakers. He bet his entire credibility on Lakers in 5. He practically tattooed it on his forehead. And now, the Wolves have him looking like the only fangirls he's been spotted with. Except they're getting wins and he's out here holding nothing but L's. First, the Lakers collapse. Then Shannon trending online for posting up with his new content creator friend. Brother, at this point, Shannon's catching more subs than Anthony Edwards caught bodies at the rim. Maybe instead of Lakers in 5, he meant OnlyFans notifications in 5 minutes or less. Brutal month, brother. Absolutely brutal. The media wanted the easy storylines. Luka's first ring, LeBron's last dance, JJ Redick's miracle coaching run. Nobody wanted to believe Minnesota was legit. Nobody wanted to believe Anthony Edwards was that guy. But now, they have no choice. Anthony Edwards didn't just beat the Lakers, he dismantled them. He ended them, and he announced himself as the future of the NBA. Anthony Edwards is him. He's not just a rising star, he's the present and the future. The kid who once dunked on Yuta Watanabe is now dunking on entire franchises. Anthony Edwards is next. The league's been waiting for someone to carry the torch. Well, it's time. The torch has been passed. And Ant grabbed it with both hands. He just sent Luka Doncic, LeBron James, JJ Redick, and even Shannon Sharpe straight to Cancun. No more Lakers in 5. No more chest-pounding monologues on TV. The Timberwolves killed all that noise. Pack 'em up. The Lakers had their shot, and they got cooked. This wasn't just a win. It was a statement. The old narrative's dead. This isn't LeBron's league anymore. It's not Luka's either. A new era is loading, and Anthony Edwards is leading the charge. And if this is what Anthony Edwards is doing in round 1, God help whoever's next. Because the Wolves aren't just trying to win, they're trying to take over. This isn't a fluke. This isn't a hot streak. This is the rise of a new face of the league, and he's doing it his way. So whether you're a believer, a doubter, or just someone who loves watching greatness in real time, remember this series, because we'll be talking about it for a long, long time. Until then, subscribe if you haven't, drop a comment if you think the Wolves are making the finals, and hit that like button for every Shannon Sharpe Lakers in 5 take that aged like milk. We'll see y'all in the next one.